Hello. We finished the adventure. It was pretty short. The title of the adventure, I don't want to give things away. This is our second attempt to do this because the first attempt I realized I said I didn't want to give things away and then I gave things away. Anyways, the title of the adventure that comes with the Solo Heroes rules is the Yellow Toad God's Well. And I didn't note this before, but I'll note now, this is not specifically intended to be run for just one character. You could easily run this for a standard party, 4 to 6 first level characters, as an introductory adventure. The adventure, I think, went pretty well. Christopher's character survived. You started with how many hit points?
10.
And you finished with?
6.
And he did take damage along the way, but what you get to do with the Solo Hero rules is after a fight, your character can bind his wounds and he'll heal 2 points of damage, but only damage that has been inflicted since the last time he bound his wounds. Okay, so if you take 4 points of damage, you can bind and you get 2 back, but then if after the next fight you don't take any damage, or you only take 1 point of damage, those first 2, that you can't get those. Okay, that went well. He got to use the fray die in a few of the fights because his first level character was fighting 1-hit die monsters. How'd the fray die work?
I actually liked it. I mean, it's kind of cinematic of imagining the character slaying all the opponents at once, right, instead of having to go one at a time.
Good, I like that cinematic. The thing that I didn't mention in the introductory video, which I probably should have, is the fray die is for any character class. So if you were running, say, a solo wizard character, you still get to roll that fray die to inflict damage, but then, as Christopher mentioned, cinematically speaking, you're not necessarily using a sword or a dagger or anything. Your wizard could be flicking little, sparks of magical energy and, blowing people up that way.
Or it could be the staff move that Gandalf used several times.
Gandalf's staff move. Not to be confused with Gandalf's staff infection, which they cut from the movies. I think that's in the extended version. No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Solo Heroes, I think is definitely worth checking out. As Kevin mentions in his introduction, everybody who's wanted to run a game before has had a situation where players don't show up. And if you end up with 1 or 2 players there, Solo Heroes would work with 1 or 2. I know 2 isn't technically solo, but I think it would work fine with 2 characters as well. I wouldn't use it for more than that. One thing Kevin doesn't mention in the text that I want to mention is your swords and wizardry, labyrinth lore type games don't do a very good job of emulating a lot of the types of adventures in swords and sorcery fiction. A lot of swords and sorcery fiction focuses on 1 hero or 2 heroes at most. So you've got Conan, and it's just Conan, right, doing his solo stuff. Or you've got Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser doing their duo stuff, right? These games are set up based on the assumption that you have enough friends to where you can get 4 or 5 people together and fill out an adventuring party. If you're in a situation where you don't have friends, that would be sad. Or, as I mentioned before, people say they're going to show up and then they don't show up. Or in our situation where you're on vacation and you're just not at home because we live in Houston and here we are up in Canyon Lake, Texas, and it's just the 2 of us. So we decided, well, we'd give this a try on things. This works great as well. I could even see using this for a solo campaign in the vein of Conan, something like that. I think it would work pretty well. Definitely download this. Go to RPG Now, drive through RPG, and download it. It's free. That's a price that's hard to beat. Definitely hard to beat. And Kevin Crawford, his work is, from what I've seen, uniformly good whether he's giving the stuff away or asking you to pay for it, it's worth getting. And I guess that's it. Anything else? I guess that's it. I'm going to get up now and go click the button so this will stop recording. Y'all have fun. Skippy G.